Tuesday, June 3rd. He seemed like he had flu-like symptoms. Davis, a few days before, had gotten blisters from new shoes on the back of his feet. He is having pain in his left leg and was having a hard time bearing weight on the left side. They kept taking test after test after test.
I really felt kind of at a loss for the family because I couldn't tell them what was wrong.
She recommended that we spend the night there just to make double sure.
There's something inside of me that made me really worried.
In the middle of the night, Davis, his leg had swollen to twice the size that it was before.
It's late part of the next morning, and as they're taking the x-rays, I can see that Davis is changing. He just started to become basically lifeless.
My first response when I walked into the room was actually to have a code called.
What's going through my mind is that he has a rapidly progressive infection, which may be life-threatening.
He's unresponsive.
I remember walking in and seeing Davis and somebody cutting his shirt very quickly.
We actually intubated Davis right there in the room.
Got good air movement.
I knew that he needed to get to the operating room quickly, at the very least, to save his leg.
I'm not screaming, I'm not crying, I'm numb.
We are actually running down to the OR because we can see the infection as it's traveling up his body.
The most concerning thing that was going through my mind is, could I find what was causing this horrendous infection?
We released some of the pressure in his foot and leg.
I had previously seen one other patient who had had a similar presentation, and the source was actually in his abdomen.
So when we opened his abdomen,
we immediately noticed that the muscles that were lining the left side of his back were obviously dead. The source of his infection and the source of all of the pressures in his left leg are originating in this dead muscle.
She said he's alive and that it's very, very, very serious.
It was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. He was blue and his abdominal contents were exposed.
I was very concerned that he would not even survive the next few hours.
I don't know if he was actually getting better, but he wasn't getting worse. And that first night, I was never so happy to have that sun come up. And it still happened. From the very first moment, we were encouraged to talk to Davis.
We started singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game to Davis.
Take me out to the ball game.
When he came out after being paralyzed for 2 weeks, he could sing it word for word.
A song that he had never sung before.
My doctor heroes are Susan Daly, because she made us stay.
The decision that saved his life.
The other hero to me is Dr. Barsness.
Thank God for Kathy Barsness, because she had the astuteness to go up a little higher into the belly.
I was an instrument in saving Davis, but I wasn't the only person that saved Davis. It was a team effort.
Started with a blister on the heel of his foot. That was probably secondary to him wearing new shoes.
When I see Davis now, I think that he's a miracle. And I ask myself often, what do you do with that miracle? And all I keep coming back to is you need to give back.